Hello and welcome to bonus game number 2, Sack to the Future 1961, week 17. Well, what can I say? I've decided that I like being such a mediocre announcer that even though this game will be run by the computer completely and is absolutely meaningless, we're going to show it to you anyway, just to see if the 1 in 14 Washington Redskins can win one more game, or if the brand new expansion Minnesota Vikings can make it to 8 and 8. Pardon me. So what's at stake today is absolutely nothing. This game is basically, you know, there are games like this. Earlier today, the Dallas Cowboys played the New York Giants. Well, it was a meaningless game, and it ended up being one of the better, more watchable games, more competitive games in Week 17 of 2018. So maybe, just maybe, we'll have a competitive game today. And if any of my guys are on, just to let you know, I kind of went in and did what you did, Vinny, and had a look at the Washington Redskins team to make sure we didn't have any roster fillers starting. And whoa, 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 whoa. How'd that happen? Oops. So, how did that go from where I am playing this all of a sudden? Did you guys not see the option to go L3? Did I miss it while I was talking? It normally doesn't do that all the way up to... It normally lets me do the kickoff. Okay. That was just a new one on me, so that was just a weird experience. So because of that, the Washington Redskins are starting in the hole. But anyway, I went in and... there's a hit. Okay. I went in to make sure that there were no roster fillers and saw that the Redskins were playing a 3-4 defense instead of a 4-3 and had several guys who should have been starting that weren't. The entire backfield, basically, the cornerbacks, all four, the two cornerbacks and both safeties weren't starting that should have, and they weren't hurt, so I made them starters. So I made the Redskins a little bit more presentable. There's Bossler. Makes it to the 9-yard line. So just like that, we're at 3rd and 10. There's the Vikings. No Jim Marshall. He was knocked out of the year with an injury. You can see Al Day, Rip Hawkins, and Carl Ruepke. And then your back four of Jack Morris, Dick Pistone, and Rich Mustardo, and Charlie Sumner. And here we go with the Redskins. Shotgun formation for Mr. Sam Snead, rookie. He goes back to pass, and he has time. He looks and he throws to his running back out of the backfield, who is completely out of bounds. So, thanks to a glitch and to 3 poor plays, the Redskins are punting right off the bat. And the Redskins punts the ball, and it's down at the 42-yard line, fair caught. Here come the Minnesota Vikings. And their quarterback, George Shaw. You can see 1,470 yards, 8 touchdowns, 5 picks, a 61% completion ratio. He is in for the injured Fran Tarkenton, who has been out for at least the last 6 weeks, I want to say. No idea what the Vikings record has been since Tarkenton's been out. Shaw takes the handoff, looking, he throws downfield to a wide open tight end, or wide receiver, number 89, Jerry Reichow, wide receiver. He had a big game just the other day. That was incredible. Just sprinting across the field, and there he goes. So 1st and 10 at the 8-yard line. No, 12-yard line. And there's Hugh McElhaney making a run to the left-hand side. Oh, I'm sorry, Mason. Tommy Mason. There's a Viking offense. Brady Alderman, Jerry Hughes, Phil Lattman, Mike Rappold, and Frank Musso. Tommy Mason, Gordy Smith, Billy Galt, Jerry Reichow, and Dave Middleton. I believe Hugh McElhaney must be hurt. He got hurt in the last one. And there's Mason again, and he's met in the backfield and hit by a big number 63 of the Redskins. And that was Rod Breedlove, right side linebacker out of Maryland. So there we go. Oh my goodness, look at that pass. George Shaw to number 87. Gordy Smith, the tight end, for a touchdown. And less than 2 minutes into the game, the Vikings are already on the board. Smith, Gordy Smith. Gordy Smith is a first-year tight end. He's a rookie out of Arizona State. Was not drafted, however. In 1961, he had 4 touchdowns, 12 receptions, 320 yards, a long of 71. But just like that, the Washington Redskins go out of their way to show how terrible the team they truly are. And they do get the kick return up to the 36-yard line. Mr. Schick. Doyle Schick. He's another rookie. A lot of rookies on the Washington Redskins team. Yeah, Redskins are bad. And you can see that's where we are in the playoffs. These two are not in it at all, but and there goes Mr. Bossler again. Until this year, Don Bossler was the Facts of the Future record holder for the longest run from scrimmage, 98 yards, last year in 1960. I do not remember who now has the record, but somebody has a 99-yard run. There's Don Bossler again, going. Oh, his knee was down, so just short. And 46, the line to gain, so you can see Don Bossler has 754 rushing yards on the season. Third and 1. Oh, they hand the ball up the middle, and Mr. Cunningham is meted rudely in the backfield by Mr. Bishop. Who, for the Vikings, would appear to be a roster pro. Anytime the Steelers fans can cry, that makes me happy. Nice punt. The ball is at the 2-yard line. Funny enough, in the actual 1961, the Minnesota Vikings, who were new in the league, did not play the Minnesota Vikings. Even though they were both in the National Football League, since they were in different conferences, they did not play. There's Tommy Mason, maybe gets a yard. Number 79 for the Redskins. Bob Toniff, left defensive tackle from Notre Dame, in his 9th year in the league, makes the tackle. Bob Toniff makes his second tackle, and even though they're showing the Redskins were 3-4, the team has been corrected and is now 4-3. Don Krakowski is a rookie this year. So two running plays for Mr. Mason, nets 1 yard, and now we're at 3rd and 9. If the Redskins could get a hold here. Oh, there's Mason again, and they will definitely get a hold, as big number 72, Joe Rupkins, will get the stop. Joe Rupkins is another rookie drafted by the Washington Redskins. 3rd pick overall in the 1961 draft out of Illinois. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh. Hi, Veronica. There is Norm Snead. Norm Snead is also a rookie in 1961. And out to Bossler again, he gets crushed by number 40. Jack Morris, the left cornerback. Norm Snead is a first-round pick, 2nd overall, out of Wake Forest in that year. There's Bossler running to his left and barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. Nice. You see Bootke, Costell, Clay, all on the tackle. Norm Snead was also drafted by the Buffalo Bills in the 5th round of the 1961 AFL draft. Snead would go on to play until 1976. Would actually be a member of these Minnesota Vikings in 1971. He's looking, throwing, all long pass completed to number 40. Sam Horner. First and 10. Redskins at the 12-yard line. Making a game out of it so far. There's Bossler running right and tripped up at the 13. There's absolutely no running right now. Day on the tackle for Minnesota. Shotgun formation for Snead. 2nd and 10 at the 13. Looking. Norm Snead's going to stumble, bumble, rumble, stumble, and slides down at the 1-yard line. If he dived, he probably would have made it, but I think they'll take it at this point. So here you can see him stumbling, bumbling, kind of looks like a statue running. Take your typical pocket quarterback, your Troy Aikmans, Dan Marinos, Andrew Luck. First and goal at the 1. Foster gets the ball, and I'm sorry, it's James. Dick James. Giggity. Dick James with the carry. Second and goal at the 1/2 line. Dick James breaks 2 tackles and gets into the end zone for a touchdown. My goodness. The tackles are number 73 and number 50. Dick Breckney. And that couldn't have been number 70. Did you see that? That wasn't 70, right? Anyway. Comes the kickoff, Vikings returner. Well, I thought it was from 70, but it was just a highlight, so it may have been wrong. Because 70's Jim Marshall, and he's not playing. Hands off to Mr. Turner, Mr. Mason, sorry. And he gets 1 yard. And that will do it for an exciting first quarter. 2 teams trade touchdowns in the first half, and the score is the Minnesota Vikings 7, the Washington Redskins 7. Make sure you're enjoying this broadcast and all your sporting events with a nicely refreshing Gatorade. Second and 9.5. And there's Mr. Mason again, straight up the middle for a first down, and he drags the carriers all the way up to the 44-yard line. Mr. Hageman with the tackle. Mr. Mason gets the ball again, and this time he's crushed by Mr. Hageman. Tommy Mason, who was in this game, just passed away 2 years ago, was out of college, out of Tulane, drafted the first round, first overall of the 1961 NFL draft by the Minnesota Vikings. Also drafted by the Boston Patriots, second overall in 1961. Mr. Shaw on second and 10, let's say, decides that even though he has plenty of time, you can see that number 88 is sprinting downfield wide open. Shaw decides to run to his left and run right into a sack. Yeah, there it is right there. Nice. Switch something. Andy Sanchula with the sack. So we're 3rd and 15. Shaw back to pass. Looking, rolling, throwing across his body, and out of bounds. With absolutely no white jersey in the vicinity. The Vikings are forced to punt. It's a short punt. Punt returner gets the ball at the 25 and makes it to the 26 before he's crushed. And here comes Mr. Sneed. Finish up with Norm Sneed, his career. He played, like I said, until 1976. And he was able to play action pass, and he gets crushed by two linebackers on a blitz. So two. Oh, okay, Phantom. Welcome to this, by the way. And crush. But to finish up with Mr. Sneed, he played a 15-year career. Last season of 1976 with the New York Giants. He played with the Philadelphia Eagles, the Minnesota Vikings, New York Giants, and year and a half with the San Francisco 49ers. That's the Bosser with the rush gets to the 24-yard line, so the 3rd and 12. In 1972, Mr. Sneed had the best. Speaking of which, he's running with a first down and more, all the way to the 41-yard line. Felt like we were watching time pass by as he was running down the field. My guess is that during the 40-yard dash timing during the two-a-days that Mr. Sneed is timed with a sundial. But he does get to the first down, which is most important. In 1972, with the New York Giants, Sam Sneed had led the league with a 60.3 completion percentage. However, in 1963, 68, 69, and 73, with Washington, Philadelphia, and the Giants in that order, hand off to Bosser, who's got a right, and he's going to drag a ball carrier to 47 for a first down. As I was saying, in 63, 68, 69, and 73, with the Redskins, Eagles, and Giants, respectively, he led the league in interceptions thrown with 27, 21, 23, and 22. I don't know. I say Norm Sneed. Oh, there's Norm again. Running, scrambling, looking, throwing, incomplete. Did I say Sam Sneed? I didn't say Sam Sneed. I'm sorry. He was selected to the Pro Bowl in 62, 63, 65, and 72. And there's a handoff to Bosser for a yard, maybe 2 yards. So there's Norm back to pass, looking, throws over the middle to number 47. And he gets all the way down to the 22, but there is an injury. We don't know who that is, but we'll find out for you. Bill Anderson, the wide receiver, with the reception. The Redskins are moving the ball again. Mr. Bossler, who makes one guy miss, but does not make big number 58 miss. Who is big number 58? There he is. I saw his name. It's a Rip. Rip Hawkins. Big number 58. So here we are, 2nd and 10. Norm back to pass, looking, throws deep down the middle, and Mr. Anderson with the catch after getting crushed by the defensive back. Watch this. 1-2, boom, but he still makes the catch. And that's Rich Mostardo, former Cleveland Brown. I didn't have to look him up. So here we are. 1st and goal at the 3. And we're in the shotgun formation. I believe Vince will be rolling over in his grave as Norm Sneed does a run pass option and gets crushed by Mr. Denton for a 4-yard loss. Colts 33, Tennessee 17. Just didn't think Tennessee was going to win this game. I wanted them to, just because I can see a Colts Patriots, and it's just going to be, yeah, we've all seen that before. Eventually, actually, if the Colts get past the Oilers, the Texans, which I'm not sure. All right, second and goal. Snead hands off to Bossler, and he gets hit by number 73, who is Roster Filler. And here we are, 2 minutes to go before halftime. 83. Where's number 31? I want to say Clancy. They just don't have enough Clancys anymore in the NFL. Oh, good Lord. Norms looking, 3rd and goal, stumbling, bumbling, rumbling, and he throws the ball and still gets crushed, and it's worked out. So how many times have you watched that comeback in the playoffs that Reich orchestrated, Benny? Field goes down, kick is on the way, and it's good. Yeah, the Redskins are not really good. You've not seen the Houston Oilers playoff game? Where they come back from, like, what's the record? 25 points, 28 points? Like, dude, do you own it? Oh, you watched a lot. Okay. 35 to 3, yeah. Did you ever get caught up on watching all the playoff games and the Super Bowl of the month? You were really good keeping up with them, but... Oh, there's a run by... Oh, and a juke by Mr. Mason. Well, with 1:38 left, they are in the 2-minute line. Oh, and George Shaw completes the pass to number 87. Gordy Smith, but it's now 3rd and inches. I think you wonder if Washington will call timeout if Minnesota does not get this. And Minnesota does not get this, and they don't need to call timeout. Yep. By the which I have all those playoff games already checked, ready to go. Assuming that the other dude doesn't just start posting them the minute you post the thing, we're good to go at any rate. And there's a long punt and a fair catch, and there's Mr. Bossler, up-to-date numbers, 223 rushes, 774 yards, and 4 touchdowns. If this was the real league, that would be some impressive numbers, but unfortunately he's about 2,200 yards behind Jim Brown, so yeah. All right, will Redskins try and press it with 1:11, 3 timeouts. Norm Sweet's passing, looking, and he throws to his wide receiver who ran an out for 1 yard. Right, incomplete. No, I figured that. His tight end, Fred Dugan, former Cowboy, for no yards. That's an interesting play call. Fred Dugan, who does have a Super Bowl ring, as the Cowboys won in the 1960 Sack to the Future Super Bowl. I have to point that out because I don't think the Cowboys are going to make playoffs this year. So, 2nd and 10. Back, looking, and once again, he throws a 1 yard out, this time to his running back, Don Bossler. And the good news is that they have a holding penalty. on big number 70. Ray Lamech. So 2nd and 20 now with 1:02. The good news is that they've used like 3 or 5 seconds on the clock. Bad news is they're going backwards. So they're just going to hand it off to Bossler, who's going to get about 4 yards on the carry. And the Vikings are going to call a timeout. What an odd situation. What an odd 2 minutes this has been. So here we are, 3rd and 15 for the Redskins. 59 seconds left. Vikings have 2 timeouts, assuming the Redskins don't make the line to gain here, which they're not going to. There's Mr. Bossler. And he gets it up to the 19-yard line, 4th 11, and the Vikings call their 2nd timeout. The Redskins will be punting. The Vikings will get the ball back, probably in good field position with probably 45 seconds left and 1 timeout. And then, okay, not so good, but not great field position, as Rosterfielder fielded the punt. Oh, I take that back. Jerry Rykow fielded the punt. All right, so it's shot and do against the Forest Redskin defense. Looking, and he's going to take off and run with the ball because why not? Because he just scrambled for 30, 35, 41 yards. Sorry, 45 yards. That was amazing. Oh my goodness, look at that run. Steve Young, Randall Cunningham, you know, Michael Vick. That was just... so just like that, with 37 seconds left and a timeout still, the Vikings are on the 20-yard line. Looking, and he tucks it under again, but this time he gets crushed and fumbles the ball. And it looks like the Vikings did recover it. The big number 72, Joe Rutkins with the sack. It does look like, let's see, it's what happens when you run. Oops, crush ball. I'm not sure the ball was out, but it doesn't really matter. I assume the Vikings called their last timeout. They did not. So they're just letting this ball time and clock run, huh? Shaw's back to pass, looking, scrambling, throws it across his body, out of bounds. So we will now have a field goal attempt by John Navini. No, we won't. I think I bet. I am somewhat confused by what's just happened here. So like this completed a long pass to Rykow. Do they just have a 5th down situation here? Rykow, I don't know if you got that in there, buddy. Are we going to review that? No, they aren't. Alright, so now Mr. Avini comes in for a... And with 1 second left, the Vikings have tied the game up 10-10. What was the final score, Vinny? (33-17). Look at that kickoff return. And here we are at halftime. The Minnesota Vikings 10 and the 1-14 Washington Redskins 10. This will be the, I want to say, I think the Washington Redskins have actually been on Sack to the Future broadcasts at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. This will be their 7th time we've got to see the Washington Redskins, and we've got to witness at least 6 losses by them. See Tommy Mason, 9 carries for 30 yards. Norm Snead, 4 for 7, 76 yards, and a 0 touchdown. There's Bossler, 12 carries, 34 yards. George Shaw, 4 for 7, 81 yards, and a touchdown. No, this is the first bonus because I wanted to bring it to you. That's right. I hating the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins are my 3rd most hated team, being a Cowboys fan. My most hated team is the Philadelphia Eagles. You'll always hate the Eagles more than any other team. Ever, ever, ever. As I've said to my friends, I'm sure I'm probably going to go to hell for this. If the Philadelphia Eagles plane crashed on their way to or from a game, I wouldn't be that upset about it. I would feel bad for families and such, but in terms of what that would do to the Philadelphia football franchise, would be jumping for joy. I know, I'm an asshole. Anyway, and then I hate the San Francisco 49ers for the ball that was supposed to be thrown out of bounds, but Dwight Clark caught it. It would make them martyrs, but you know what it wouldn't mean? It would make them not in the playoffs for a long time. And that's something that the city of brotherly hate deserves. Oh, hey, there's a false start. And then the Redskins are my 3rd favorite team. Surprisingly, the Giants, even though the Giants have knocked the Cowboys out of the playoffs before, they're only my 4th hated team. Oh, I'm sure they would do something, but... There's Shaw, back to pass, looking, and overthrows everybody in the world. 2nd and 15. There's Bobby Screen. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Houston Texans 27-9. The Carolina Panthers beat the Cincinnati Bengals 42-14. Shaw's back to pass, rolling to his right, looking, goes across his body, and somehow completes the pass to number 85. Bob Snelker. Nice catch of that. All right. 1st and 10 at the 33. Shaw completes another pass to Mr. Gordy Smith. The Vikings are strolling right down the field. And it looks like there will be a 1st down by Mr. Mason. Oh no. So he's down just short of the line to gain. So it'll be 3rd and short. Oh, look at that hole by Mr. Mason. Unfortunately, he could not do any kind of moves, but he did get a 1st down. There's a hole on the left side of that line. They blew it out. 33 with a kick out. And Mr. Kerr was the last line of defense and made the tackle. Jim Kerr. Rookie. Another rookie starting for the team. No wonder they were so terrible. 61. And Mr. Daly. Looking throws to number 85, Snelker again. 93rd and inches. Oh my goodness. Outside blitz. Mr. Galt got tackled for a loss by Mr. Powell. John Powell. And they just decided not to block him. Been with the Redskins since 1956. Second round draft pick out of Pittsburgh. Hey Ryan, how's it going? Up and good, and the Minnesota Vikings have taken a 13-10 lead over the Washington Redskins. Ryan, I appreciate you at least coming on, since this is an absolutely meaningless game in the 61 Sacks of the Future season. So, glad you're here, even if it's only for a minute, to watch this terrible Redskin team play the expansion Viking team. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 at the 32. Then we got a handoff to Bossler, who gets a big hole up the middle, and then he gets lifted and jacked up on number 21. They used to have on ESPN before commercials, jacked up. Before commercials, before we had concussions, I should say. I should say before we had our concern about concussions. How about that? All right, there's Snead back to pass, looking, rolling, and there he goes. The statue in motion. Gonna get another 15, 16 yards. My God, the running quarterbacks of this game are amazing. Look at him go. Dallas and Baltimore Ravens. Oh my goodness, there's a pass down all the way for a touchdown. Mr. Snead completes it to Sam Horner for a 40-yard gain? Wide open in a crossing pattern, and boom, there he's in. Well, if the Cowboys don't make it, I like to see the Chiefs and not the Saints. The Rams. The Chiefs and the Rams. I'd take that Super Bowl. Oh, there's a flag on the play. Personal foul. Oh, running into a kicker. So now are they going to try an onside kick? Well, I don't know, Vinny. Picking a team that lost a playoff game on a miracle play that would have put them in the championship, and picking the other team that was the loser in the Super Bowl. It's not that big of a reach. I mean, you could have picked Minnesota and Jacksonville, which would have been terrible, but it's not like you said, I'm picking Cleveland going against the Buccaneers. Mason up the middle for about 3 yards. I mean, I would say yours probably still has the best chance of happening, unfortunately. And there's my goodness, what a run. Apparently the defense has just decided not to play. Tommy Mason just got about a 30-yard gain. Oh, we have an audible. Although it could be they just switched the side of the field. Yep, and it still didn't help. And big number 79. Mr. Tonoff came in with at least his third tackle of the game that I've seen. Now we're at 2nd and 13. Looking. No, they are not. In 1961, in actual 1961, the Minnesota Vikings finished 3-11. With their 3 victories going over the Los Angeles Rams, the Baltimore Colts, and the very first game ever was a win against the Chicago Bears. My goodness, a 53-yard field goal to get within 1 point here. Falls down, kick is on the way, and it is no good. It's short and to the left. They beat the Chicago Bears 37-13 in their opening game. Bob Snelker got a 14-yard pass from Fran Tarkington. Jerry Ryko, a 29-yard pass from Tarkington. Hugh McElhaney, a 2-yard pass from Fran Tarkington. Fran Tarkington had a 2-yard rush, and Dave Milton had a 2-yard pass. So Fran Tarkington accounted for 5 touchdowns that day. Oh, Norris Snead, another connected pass. The big Fred Dugan, I think. The Bears' touchdowns were a 10-yard pass from Billy Wade to Willie Gallimore and a 3-yard rush by Rick Caceres. So there's more fun facts for you. Now, I said earlier in this broadcast, which you probably didn't get, the Vikings and Redskins did not play in 1961. Bosley gets tackled. That says 73. But 73 does not have a number on him. Oh, that's a... Oh, number 36? Or 86. Couldn't tell who made that tackle. Morris made the tackle. Jack Morris. And that's the end of your third quarter with the Redskins 17, the Vikings 13. The Redskins are driving but face a third and long. I'm kind of curious to see when the Vikings and the Redskins played for the very first time, so I will do that during this next mini break. Meade looking, rolling around, going back and forth, rolling, and gets sacked. Well, I'm already up to the 1965 season, and through 1 through 64, they have yet to play. And I go to 66 now. And can you believe it? They still have not played the Washington Redskins from 61 to 66 or 67. It's not like they're in the AFL. This is amazing. And that field goal is no good. Finally, I have finally found the first time the Minnesota Vikings played the Washington Redskins was in 1970. Minnesota was at Washington, and it was week 8, November 8th, 1970, and they beat the Redskins 19 to 10. Back to feature action where we had an overthrow by Billy Shaw. Greg Shaw. Billy Shaw. G. Shaw. All right, 2nd and 10, 6 minutes, 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shaw, play action pass, he's looking, scrambles to his right, scrambling, throws across his body. What a pass, John Elway-esque. Shaw to number 20, Mason again. What a throw, what a catch. Amazing. Tommy Mason having a great game in for the injured Hugh McElhaney. Here we are, 1st and 10 at the 32 of Washington. 6 minutes left. Another pass by Shaw, this time to a crossing wide receiver, Jerry Reichow. 4 for 21. Oh, sorry, Gene Smith. 42. I did not see November 3rd, 1968. Oh, you're right. There it is. Oh, there's George Shaw. Running. Still, it's amazing. Start playing in 1961 and don't play them for 7 years. There were a lot of teams back then. First and 10 at the 16. There goes Mr. Mason again over the left-hand side for about 32. Second and 8. Looking and throws over the head of number 82, A.D. Williams. And there is Mike Mercer? That can't be Mike Mercer. Oh, there's a false start again.
False start, offense.
So it's 4th and 8, and they will now try a field goal attempt to get within 1 point. Makes sense. They had all 3 of their timeouts. Ball is up and good. Well, Mercer's able to connect on the short field goal, and now it is Washington 17, Minnesota 16. So will the Redskins try and run the ball out, or will they go ahead and throw? Now at the 5 yard, 20, 25, 30. That's it. They say 31, but it would be 30 and a half. Bossler started with 2 for 12 carries for 34 yards, and I got 2 cents for 12. As the Redskins have gone the running, passing of Norm Snead in the second half. Power I formation, power left, 2 tight ends to the left. And they still do a play action pass and a wide open tight end down the field, or is that a wide receiver? That's Fred Dugan, the tight end, former Cowboy. By the way, in terms of uniforms, that is the 1960s uniform for the Redskins. This is the 1970s away, well actually home jersey with the exception of the jersey itself. Home uniform for 1960s, except for the jersey is an alternate. It's the closest thing they had to what I thought was be a 1960s away jersey for the Vikings. Not sure they had the gold swash along the shoulders in 1960. Anyway, 2nd and 10. Wow, look at Mr. Bossler gets all the way up to the 36-yard line before he gets crushed in the ribs by Rich Mustardo from 24. Well, here we go. 3rd and benches. This is an important one. Oh, they're going to pass. And he's going to get a wide open down the sideline and in for the score. Nope, down at the 1 yard line. Wow, what a play. Fred Dugan, the tight end, on a little out pattern on a play action pass and goes for about 45 yards. Bossler is in for the touchdown. And we have an upset in the making. I'm sorry, that's James. Dick James in for the touchdown. We'll try for point. This will make it an 8-point game. And it does make it an 8-point game. So with 2:39 left, the Washington Redskins have scored 24 points to lead the Vikings 24-16. Kickoff return up to the 31-yard line, give or take. Alright, Shaw back to pass, looking, goes over the middle, completes the pass to Gordy Smith for gaining a couple. Hageman with the tackle. Shotgun formation, 2 running backs in the backfield. Shaw back, and immediately takes the ball and runs. Or it should be a first down at the front. No, let's say 3rd and inches. There's a 2-minute warning left. 2 minutes to go. Washington 24, Minnesota 16. This has been an entertaining one. Come back if you're wanting to go get a quick drink. Or don't come back if you don't want to. Inches here. And Shaw's going to throw the ball and completes it to the tight end, Gordy Smith. First down. Rod Breedlove with the tackle. They get the first down and do get out of bounds, so Vikings are in good shape. Have plenty of time with all 3 timeouts and only 51 yards to go. Middleton in motion. Shaw back to pass and throws it over the middle. Drops. Middleton drops it. Third motion. Second and 10. 3 wide receivers to the right. Shaw back, looking and throws it to number 87. Gordy Smith again, breaks the tackle. Gets the first down up to a 38-yard line. Minute 40 left. Shaw back, looking, and he throws another out to Gordy again. For only about 4 yards this time. Still plenty of time. Minute 25. Shaw looking, rolling to his left, throwing across his body to the right, and almost intercepted. Third and 6. Shaw back to pass. Rambling to his right, and it completes the pass to number 85, Bob Snelker, for what appears to be 15 yards. And the first down as the ball is now at the 21-yard line. And everybody but the center jumped off. False start.
False start, offense.
Shaw back to pass, looking, throws into in route to number 88. There is no 88 on the team. No, it must be a roster fella. So Shaw back to pass, looking, throws him out to the another roster fella, number 86. Oh, somebody's hurt. And the Vikings just scored a touchdown. Shaw to number 86. And a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up. 86. Ferry. Ferrie. Don't think that's a player on this team, but I shall go look. Oh, 2-point play, and Shaw is sacked by number 86, Jack Palooka. So now we will have an onside kick, and there is no Ferry on this one. And the Redskins pick it up. Oh, I'm sure, Vinny, I'm just checking. Like to check, since I don't know the rosters half as well as you do. And the Vikings do have all 3 timeouts, so it is not impossible for the Vikings to, it's still possible for the Vikings to get the ball back with some time left. Not a whole lot, but again, they only need a field goal here. The Vikings have to stop the Redskins, who are in a one-back formation, 2 tight ends to the left. Handed off to Bosley, who gets all the way to the 31-yard line, 32. The Vikings call timeout. Oh, wow. So we've got lots of Vikings this year. All right, here we go. Foster again gets the ball up the middle for a first down, and that should just about be your ball game. I believe that the referees give them the first down. Timeout was called before I could see. This would be the first time that one of the, yep, 1st and 10, this ball game is over. That's all Norm Snead has to do is move the ball, and the Washington Redskins will get their 2nd win in the season. And the Redskins will go to 2-14, and the Minnesota Vikings will fall to 7-9. And one more snap, and there you go. And that's it. Handshakes all around. And there you have it. The last game of the year, the Minnesota Vikings, expansion Minnesota Vikings finished with a loss, but in Back to the Future, they ended up having a good year, going 7-9 in their first year. Yep. He was the, I believe, wasn't he the draft pick, Benny, that was traded to the Browns for Bobby Mitchell, and then since he didn't sign, he didn't play NFL ever. That's where I keep saying the Browns gave away Bobby Mitchell for nothing. Yep. And it wasn't just Bobby Mitchell, it was Bobby Mitchell and something for, oh, he died? Well, that's horrible. All right, well, that is the last bonus game of the, well, my bonus game of the 1961 season. Ooh, that's terrible. I might have a playoff game, bonus playoff game, depending on how it rolls out and if we decide to do a playoff game with a semi-pro team involved. But it's been fun. If I don't do another bonus game, Okay, I'll do that. The Express. If that doesn't happen, you will see at least one more Dallas Cowboys game as the Cowboys will play the Giants on this channel. And the Cowboys need to win to get in. And the Giants are probably the second or third best team in the league. And you will see the Cleveland Browns play at least one playoff game for 1961 Texas. So anyway, come back, check out the Vinny X Wolf channel. He's been giving us all sorts of knowledge on the side here, dropping knowledge about football that Vinny does oh so well. We also have the John M channel and the Phantom Fighter channels. So come back, keep coming. Ryan, you still out there? Appreciate you checking my channel out. You always seem to enjoy what we do, so I don't know, maybe you should probably get examined like the rest of us, but that's okay, buddy. We're all right there with you. So, that's all I can say about this fine game. Once again, the Redskins 24, the Vikings 22. Come back sometime soon. Have a good night.